Okay, I'm going to see if I can do a little demonstration here of how I'm working on I'm building wallpaper from poster board and metal tape, the kind that has paper on the back. Cut the strips, pull the paper off as you carefully lay them down on the poster board. I smooth them out with an old useless card. It's not a credit card, but it's something similar. And then I come back and I etch a design in. Now, every panel that I'm making is different from the panels next to it. It's going to be completely unique. Right now I'm making the one that goes below the panel I'm showing. The ones that are up higher, out of the reach of my dog, have three-dimensional elements, but this is just going to be low relief. So let's see if I can demonstrate what I'm doing while I'm going to try putting the camera in a spot where it'll still show what I'm doing. And let's see if it works. I might just need to put it straight on the project here. Yeah. And I have a bottle cap. Came off of a 1 liter bottle of club soda, which is something I can have on my diet. It has no sugar, no flavor, but it does have bubbles. Okay, so I'm using this, which is supposed to be a tool for working the yarn in one of those little knitting machines, but it's got kind of a dull pointy end, and as you can see I just etch around the circle, and now I have a circle here. Let me show you how the circle turned out. Okay, I'm doing circles. You can watch me do another one. In every other square I position it the best I can, and I work around, just applying pressure, trace around the circle. And that's that. Now the other thing that I'm doing in the alternate squares, you can see an example right here, is how I've got crossing lines, okay? And it's a real specific design. What did I do with my card? Oh, here's my card. Okay. So I'll show you how I'm doing this. And yes, it does say Indiana. Who's your healthcare card? I don't live in Indiana anymore, but I didn't throw away the card because I like to make projects. Now I line up the points of the square that's already been made and score a line. Okay, that was too simple. And I'm going this way, lining up the corners again, score a line. Now I'm going from flat edge to flat edge instead of corner to corner, score a line, making sure they cross in the middle. And one more. And none of these are perfect, because I didn't want perfect wallpaper, or I would have gone to the store and bought some if I could actually afford to buy some wallpaper. The project so far that I'm making myself has run me about $30. I will be getting more supplies as soon as I can. When I'm completely finished etching the design into this whole full sheet of poster board, I will take this lovely flat black acrylic, well, it says satin acrylic. Maybe I should have gotten flat. Did I buy the wrong thing? Either way, black acrylic paint. I just squirt some on. I completely cover the entire thing, and then I wipe it off. Wipe it off with paper towels or toilet tissue, whichever I happen to have. And then I take rubbing alcohol and I get some on my fingers and I splatter it, okay? Now I'm going to show you what happens when that's all done. Oh, also I like this little crimping design that I get on the edges, that I use this lovely little tool and I just pinch all the way around. And it takes a lot of pinches to go around the entire edge. But let's get closer to some finished pieces. So you can, oh, I'm tripping. Okay, that was really good. I'm using Mod Podge, which I paint directly on the wall. And then I place my finished piece of wallpaper and put the outlet cover back on. And I'm using these I have upholstery tacks, that's what they are. I got silver ones because I didn't really like going with the thumbtacks and having to come back and paint them. As you can see here, that looks perfectly fine. I can leave those in there. That was just originally to hold it in place until the glue dries. But I like it with those as compared to the thumbtacks like here, which I've come back and painted them silver. Haven't finished doing all of them. Anyways, you can see on the walls that are up high, I have some really high relief three-dimensional elements. Some of them are glued on, and some of them are made from cardboard and more foil tape or metal tape. And these are glued on spray painted rose leaves. I'm only doing those up around the window area. But I have all different shapes. I have things made from cardboard and from bottle caps and from whatever I felt like using. I have these little plastic rings that were, acrylic rings that used to hang as like one of those beaded curtains. That they were, they were cute, but they're like made for teenagers' rooms or whatever. But I spray painted them and glued them into the project. I've used some extra pieces of cardboard that are made up with tape and plenty of different design elements. So you can see it's all different. Every bit of it's different. Right here, I've attached a watch face, and inside of it is a little glass crystal bead. I've got a key. I've got a few keys here. I've got some religious medals and crucifixes. Whatever I wanted to put in, it's in there. I've got circles, squares, hexagons. This is the splashy finish that I get when I apply. I just splatter rubbing alcohol directly on the surface after I've wiped the paint away, and it just dries in this fantastic random splatter that I really like. So that's what my project is. Around the cupboards, I've just put the tape directly on the wood, and I'm not going to emboss it. That would just, I'd kill myself doing that. The top, the cupboard doors originally have looked like this. Eventually, I'll take them down and spray paint them black, and then I'm going to do a different element in the centers where I have them red right now, because you can see my kitchen set is black and red and chrome, and has these upholstery tacks in it. Now this rose right here, I'm going to make that element be part of the center of the cupboard doors eventually. And I'm going to have to do the door pulls and everything. This range hood was the ugliest old thing. You can hear my dog playing with her squeak toy here. Anyway, I just draped the area with plastic tarp and spray painted this after I scrubbed it down really well. And of course I put tape on the handle so I wouldn't get any spray paint on that. But for 30 to 40 bucks so far, I've done pretty well. And I can put another 30 to 40 bucks into it next month and get it completed, because I have to do this wall. I've already spray painted these previously brass candelabras. Now they're silver. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this because the colors are wrong. I can certainly spray paint the metal parts. I don't know if I can do something about the glass, but I'd rather have red or gray. I don't know if I can get it. But anyway, that's going to take a lot of work. I'll do that later. But I have to do this wall over here from where the, oh, I'm going to have to move that picture. But over, you know, this whole area. So that whole wall needs to be done. But the rest of the kitchen is nearly done. It's only going to go to right there, like where there used to be a wall here. So I'm using that as the line. But the lower portions I need to make fairly simple without embellishment. So my darling dog, Sarah Jane, here she is, will not tear pieces off, because anything that can fit in her mouth, she thinks that's perfect. Okay, see, now she's showing off for you. She says, I've got a squeaky teddy bear. All right, I've added this to Sarah Jane's adventure. She's having fun. She's really posing for this one. Hey, Sarah Jane, do a circle. Do a circle. There we go. Go in a circle. Thank you very much. Okay, that's the end of this. Y'all have fun crafting. I have a lot more work to do. Bye-bye.